Thousand Sunny in a glass bottle. I was kind of pumped to do this one. Started off with a really quick sketch, and then went back over it with some line work. I tried to distinguish the foam from the normal lines. Jumping ahead, I really tried to render the glass bottle to get it look good. I wanted the water to pop out especially. Yeah, I tried to make it more saturated for that. I try to switch and flip horizontally as much as I can just to keep getting fresh eyes on it. I added fog in at the end for kind of a mystical kind of feel. Draw Master Chief in the soda. I had to think about this one for a while. I wasn't really sure where to go with it. But then I thought I could just scrunch Master Chief into a Coke can, kind of see what that looks like. I used some bobbleheads and other things for reference to help with it. Eventually I just settled on one Coke can to color pick from to try to get as accurate as possible. For the light source, I didn't choose anything head on. I just kind of chose kind of a cloudy day kind of feel, just shadows everywhere. The bubbles were kind of hard, but I think they worked out in the end. I'm trying to pull more from my YouTube, so for this one I got, can you draw a happy dragon wizard sitting on a mushroom house? Seems pretty straightforward. Like always, I start with a sketch. I'm not really used to drawing dragons, so that took a while. After turning down the opacity, I did the line work, and then I used the selection tool to fill it in with some color. I forgot to record in between, but basically I just kind of colored it in and started shading. I used some mushrooms as reference. I wanted it to be like a really saturated color. Dog walking a prison. Okay, so I know it says waking, but I thought it said walking, so I just came up with this idea of a dog walking some prison inmates, just all around. I legit didn't notice until the end. So like normal, I just did the sketch, went over it with line work, found an image to color pick from, and try to get as realistic as I could. If I had more time, I'd like to definitely render a lot more and maybe even take away the line work, but I think in the end this one took like an hour or two. I try to use some blue reflecting onto the dog's belly to give it a more real feel. Cardboard boxes boxing. This is another one where I had to kind of sit and think for a little bit. Like I had no idea how this would be. I ended up just choosing on like a arena as a reference, and it kind of turned into a drawing a box exercise. I drew so many boxes. I ended up just copying and pasting them. You can see here I'm just trying out a new sketch to see what I want the person in the front to be doing. I ended up settling on just a girl box taking a selfie. Jumping way ahead, I just colored in the boxes using the colors from their reference and then try to give it a nice bright stadium feel. I blurred the foreground and the background to kind of give it a more realistic feeling. I keep using that word feeling a lot. But yeah, those are the drawings. Hope you guys liked it. Also, shout out to my patrons.